Welcome to the Players Meeting for the second annual Wells Branch Women's Open happening this Saturday, September 25th. My name is Brian Litke, and along with Denise McGillivray, we are your tournament directors, looking forward to a great day of disc golf. For COVID safety measures, please, if you feel sick, do not attend. We suggest that you wear masks when gathered in groups and avoid unnecessary contact. As far as players groupings, we're going to do cards with 5 players, and they'll be arranged by division and posted on Wednesday before the event. We'll also post those at the check-in table. To reduce cross-exposure, you will play in the same group both rounds, and we'll use UDisc online scorecards. Someone in each group will need to have the UDisc app, or we will have paper scorecards as a backup in case they're needed. So please, if you can, arrive with a charged mobile device and try to download the UDisc app to your phone. Just as a side note, PDGA memberships come with a 1-year subscription to the pro version of the UDisc app. So it's one of the benefits of membership. The payout will be made at the end of the tournament in cash to both the Open and AM divisions this year. If anyone leaves immediately after the event, I'll try to pay them by Venmo or PayPal following the event. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, and in the days after the event, please, I ask you to take a moment to send a thank you to one or more of the event sponsors. 512 Fight Club, Alex and Rosie Thomas, Austin Beer Works, Branch Barbecue, BZ Strick, who did our trophies, Chris Del Carte, Culinary Dropout Eatery, Damon Cotter, Dee and Mac McGillivray, Des and Yeti Redding, Edmund, Fabletics, Flying Armadillo, Flying Goombas, Black Zombie, Gary Harris with Drop Zone, Mike Fox and Groundbound, Hadley Monster, Jennifer Jones and Brian Litke, Joel Kelly with Chain Reaction Disc Golf, Justin Lemaire and John Fisher, Ken Shepard with Shepard Events, and Kendra Scott. And that's not all. Kinsey Henderson, Lone Star Realty, Lady Goombas, The Coffees and Women Throwing Frisbee, Maria Williams with Disc Dog Media, Martin Pierce and Mid-Range Monday, Megan Nance, Michael and Ellen Clark with Ed and Joe's Pizzeria, Michael Burton with Burton Industries, Miguel Rosales, who did the awesome event art, Mike Fox with Groundbound Good Disc Golf, Northtown Social Club, Paige McGillivray working with Hop Dotties, Renee Farr, Rose and Alex, Ryan Hampton, Ryan McRary with Republic of Texas, Samantha D., Sarah Birdies, Sean Barada, Shane and Destiny Linney, Waterloo Disc Golf Club, Wells Branch Disc Golf Club, Wells Branch Everyday, Mike Shea. Thank you all. The course layout and the out of bounds are going to be important for you to know about. We will be playing 20 fairways this year to accommodate the larger number of players. To get to holes 19 and 20, after hole 18, you'll walk down the trail until the end of the fence on the right-hand side. You'll see a T sign marking the start for each of the additional holes. Color tuft markers and green paint will be used on the course for this event to define the out-of-bound lines along the trails, and the out-of-bounds are listed here for all 20 holes. For the most part, these reflect out-of-bounds that are marked on the T signs, so please look at the T signs for guidance, but I will also have the list of out-of-bounds printed up in each of the players' packet and also posted at the base camp. One thing that sometimes is a little confusing at Wells Branch is if you're in a drainage ditch and whether that is out of bounds. So I've listed here those holes that have drainage ditches and whether if you're surrounded by water that would be out of bounds. So when we look at hole number 2, the drainage ditch to the right of the basket is OB if your disc is surrounded by water. On hole 9, the drainage ditch is OB if you're surrounded by water. On 13 and 14, the drainage ditch is not out of bounds because it is very hard to determine the edge of the drainage ditch on those. On 15, the drainage ditch is out of bounds when you're surrounded by water. So very important that you and someone in your party have the out of bounds list handy so that you can be sure to play the holes correctly. One special out of bounds for the open division, and that is that fairway number 4 will be treated as an island hole only for the open division, and it'll be an island hole for both rounds. We will move the basket between rounds, but they'll both be on the island hole. If you land outside of the triangle that's described by the path on the left, the sidewalk on the right, and the granite path across the fairway, then you take your next shot from the drop zone, and that is marked by a white and blue tuft marker just before the granite pathway that's crossing the fairway. We'll be using green ground paint to clearly mark the out of bounds and the island hole. If you're in the open division, while putting at the basket, your putt goes out of bounds, you will treat that as normal out of bounds rules. You'll take it 1 meter in from where your disc went out of bounds. So the timeline for the day includes the check-in and round 1. We'll check in between 9 and 10. You'll go through a series of tables, checking in, picking up your player pack, and selecting your event disc. There will be an optional yoga session from 9:15 to 9:45. From 10 to 10:15, we expect you to walk to your starting tee box assignment, and at 10:20, we'll shout out a 2-minute warning before we start play. As far as CTPs and Ace Pot, during the round, we are going to have a $50 Ace Pot separate for the Pro and Am division. The Pro division, that will be on hole 14 during the first round, and in the Am division, that will be on hole 11 during the first round. For the CTPs, place the flag at your spot, write your name on the CTP log for that hole, which is on top of the target, and we'll pay out the CTP at the end of the round. At lunchtime, we will have a pizza lunch or a bagged lunch for you based on what you selected during registration. Bring your own drinking container and water if possible. We will have a water cooler and limited bottles of water and other beverages. During lunchtime, people will be going out on the course, moving the baskets to their alternate position for the second round. The tee signs will have the different distances listed on the tee signs for each hole. For round 2, that'll start from 1:30 to 1:45 as players walk to their tee box assignments. We'll do the same group of players on the same cards for round 2, but we'll try to change the starting holes so people don't have to walk so far if they had to walk far during the first round to their tee box. The start of round 2 play will be at 1:45. We'll yell a 2-minute warning, and even if you don't hear it, we'll start play at 1:45. After the round, we're going to use electronic scorecards, but if you didn't use electronic scorecards, turn that in at the scorecard table. We will have adult beverages from Austin Beer Works and Texas Beer Company, so grab one if you want, and when you finish the round and take a moment to relax. Des Redding will be leading an interactive putting clinic and Ring of Fire with prizes after the round, so please stay around. That should be very exciting. And we will have door prizes. In traditional Wells Branch fashion, we will have a prize table, and as we draw names, you'll be able to come up and draw a prize from that table of your choice. As far as trophies go, BZ Strick has some awesome trophies again this year. We will determine the trophy winners and CTP prize winners and award those to the players who remain. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at my email address, austin_brian@yahoo.com. I'll also have my phone number printed on materials so that if you need to, you can try to reach me during the round at 512-771-1268. I'm looking forward to seeing you all. I hope you're excited, and I will see you soon. Thank you.